this lovely gingham fitted bedsheet from my local thrift store. I made this puffy sleeve pattern by modifying the sleeve from this Macau's pattern, and made these bodice pieces from this bridesmaid's dress. First, I had to prepare the fabric by removing the elastic along the edge. Then, it was time to start cutting. Alright, it's all cut out and ready for inspection. Even without a professional inspection, I realized my first mistake. I had created bodice pieces for a square armhole, but the sleeve was for a round armhole. I made a mock-up to see how much I'd need to fix. This wasn't going to work. I redesigned the back bodice piece so it had a round armhole. Then I assembled the bodice pieces. Here is the lining, and here is the bodice. Next, I hand wound a bobbin of shirring elastic to make a stretchy back panel. I pulled the threads through and tied them closed. Next were the straps. I sewed one side of each of the straps closed, then ironed them right sides out. I attached the front and back bodice, sandwiching the straps in the back. After measuring them to the length I wanted, I attached the straps on the front as well. Here's the progress so far. I did a basting stitch on the sleeves and began pinning them into the armhole. It was at this point I realized my second mistake. The sleeve pieces were nowhere near big enough for the armholes I'd created, so I cut out newer, bigger sleeves and attached them. Then I attached the back panel from earlier by sandwiching it between the bodice and the lining. On the bottom of the sleeve, I folded twice to create a tube. I sewed it closed, leaving an opening to insert some elastic. Once that was done, I had a perfect puff sleeve. When trying it on, I noticed yet another problem. The bottom of the bodice sits above my natural waist, and I want it to hit the small of my waist, so I had to add a waistband to give it a little extra length. I cut a front waistband, then a back waistband. I added elastic to make it stretchy.
When you are a man, sometimes you wear stretchy pants.
I sandwiched the bodice front inside the waistband pieces and attached it. Attached the front and back waistband pieces to create a continuous loop. Then I added the elastic. Next was the skirt, and at this point I could see the finish line. I attached my pockets along the side seams of the skirt and lining, understitching the seams so they'll lay flat. I hemmed the bottom part of my skirt using a rolled hem. I basted and gathered the top. Then I pinned it and attached it to my upper skirt. I basted the top of the skirt twice and gathered it to create a full, beautiful skirt. I attached the skirt to only the outer waistband layer. And the supervisor finally stopped in for a last-minute inspection. I attached the skirt, then flipped the dress inside out and folded in the waistband lining. I used the stitch in the ditch method to close the raw edge. After finishing the inner seam, the dress was done. To be honest, I was aiming for bougie cottagecore, and I think I landed closer to Little House on the Prairie, but I absolutely love how this dress turned out. I had a few issues along the way, but problem solving is part of the joy of sewing. So, what do you think? Let me know in the comments.